guy on TV and movies. You've heard him on XM. He's been at Rossi's before. He's one of the favorites. He's a one-hitter from Virginia Beach. Please welcome to the stage, Bob Featherer.
Hey, keep it going for Ken. Give Ken a big round of applause. Keep it going for Joey Grant, who just saw him. Give Joey a big round of applause. Hey, how the hell are you guys? Muskegon, Michigan. My career is on fire, man. Made it to Muskegon. I'm the man. If you guys are drinking, make some noise with the drinkers. Clap if you're drinking. So keep on drinking, people. The more you drink, the more you're going to get. So help me out. I'm tired. Keep on drinking. It's a long drive to get here. I want to drink with you guys. I got to drive back to the hotel, so I'm going to drink. But I like to drink. Dude. Love drinking, man. Love some Jaeger much. Love to drink. My problem is I drink too much. I don't know when to quit. I can't just drink, catch a buzz, and stop. I got to drink like a throw up. That's my cutoff point for the most part. But I think I had more fun drinking when I was younger. You guys remember drinking when you were in high school? Wasn't it more fun back then?
Yeah.
You got to lose in those days, didn't you? You got to work hard to get drunk in those days. You got to find someone to get you the booze, find a place to drink it, hide it afterwards. You worked your ass off to get drunk in high school. Now you're over 21, you walk into a bar, you order a beer, you drink it. Blah, blah, blah. Like when I was a kid, I couldn't get beer, I'd raid my father's liquor cabinet and drink all of his vodka and rum, and then fill the bottles back up with water. Did you do that too? Did you get caught? No. See, I never got caught. We're sneaky army, man. I never got caught either, man. Parents never said a word to me all these years. Been in the house for over 15 years. Thought I got away with it all this time because it was never brought up, and the truth came out last Christmas. My folks came to visit me for the holidays and the same shit right back to me. Thanks for laughing. I didn't think it was very fucking funny. But, oh man, you do stuff stupid like that when you're younger. Because when you were younger, everything was different. Like birthdays were all milestones when you were younger. Remember that? 16, you got to drive. 18, you're an adult. 21, you drank legally. 25, your insurance rates dropped. And then downhill, nothing from there. Nothing until you're 50 when you get the big fat AARP discount. That's all stuff to look forward to. And when I was 16, dumbest thing I ever did in my life. 16 was my year to drive. I couldn't wait. Got in trouble. My father actually caught me drinking beer for the first time 2 days before I turned 16. That's how damn stupid I am. Dad sat me down and gave me this long-ass lecture before he took me to DMV, too. Sat me down and gave me this long lecture. I didn't listen to a word he had to say. I'm a teenager. Went in here, came out of here. And he knew I wasn't paying attention because he wouldn't take my word on the fact that I would never drink and drive. My father actually made me sign a contract swearing I would never drink and drive. It's based on a program they've had in high school for the last 40 years. They still have it. A program called the Contract for Life. If you remember this thing, it was a real contract you signed with your folks. Said right on it. If you ever got too drunk to drive, you can call your parents up at any given hour of the evening. Tell them you're drunk and they had to come pick you up. No questions asked. Bull. That's what that means. I thought it was real. I just wanted to drive. I said, sure, Dad, I'll sign your stupid contract. There you go. So I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm never going to call my dad a drunk. I'm not that dumb. And that lasted about a year. That's how stupid I am. A year later, I'm 17. I think I'm a man. Go to a party one night, got drunk and drank so much I passed out. When I woke up again, I was like 4 in the morning. All my friends had left me at the party. So I'm drunk, don't have a ride home, I'm way past curfew. I know I'm in deep at that point. That's when I had that moment of clarity. That's when I realized, wait a minute, I'm not in trouble. I signed a contract. According to that contract, I call my dad right now at 4 in the morning, wake his ass up. Tell him I'm drunk, he's got to get out of bed, get dressed, drive over here, come get me, and not ask why. Because I was stupid enough to call his ass. That's how drunk I was. Picked up the phone, I said, hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, you remember that contract we signed? Check this out, Dad. I did my part. Can you come get me now? Of course, the next thing he asked the obvious question, where are you? And if you've ever been that drunk in your life, you know damn well that's not an easy one to answer sometimes. Well, shit, I didn't know where the hell I was. I said, what, where am I? I don't know. But Dad was a local call, if that helps you narrow things down a little bit. I'm glad you guys are laughing because he didn't find that very fun. But he had a plan. All good dads have a plan. This is my dad's plan. He said, all right, son, we're going to come get you. Is you on a cordless phone? I said, yeah, Dad. He said, here's what I want you to do. Take that cordless phone, walk out the front door wherever you are. Walk outside, look around, describe to me in detail what you see. And based on that, I'm going to come find you. I thought, okay, that's cool. I'm drunk, I'm young, but I signed a contract. He can't get to me. We're going to have some fun with this. Might as well. So I went outside drunk and said, all right, Dad, I'm outside. Wow, Dad, I'm looking around out here. I'm not seeing a whole lot. There's a lot of trees over here in the back. Hold on, looking on this side. No, more trees over here, Pops. This isn't looking too good. Wait, there's the moon. Does that help? No? All right. Hold on, Dad. I'm still looking over here. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, Dad. I see something right here. This should help you out, too. All right, Pops? Pay attention. Okay, right now, I can see your car. I can see Mom's car. I'm next door, Dad. I'm sorry about that. Oops. Told you guys I'm an idiot. I love this job. I got a great job. It's like the best job I've ever had. I travel over the country, tell jokes, meet really cool people, smoke their pot. I love this job. I really do. But Ken was talking about the military here. Let's get started on that. How about a big round of applause for our military? You guys just did a shot. Doing a fantastic job fighting the war on terror overseas, I must say, doing a great job. Not getting the respect they deserve, and that pisses me off. I don't care how you feel about this war. If you're against the war like a lot of people are, that's cool, you're entitled to your opinion. But shit, all the troops come home safely and then bitch. That's all I ask. That drives me crazy, man. I hate it. Because I understand, man. I understand that every time the military does anything wrong, it ends up on the front page of every newspaper in this country. That pisses me off. Because we have no idea what the hell's going on out there, what they're going through to be able to judge them. Because I remember last spring, man, in 04, big story broke out in Iraq. Remember that big prisoner abuse story? Remember that? They're abusing prisoners in Iraq. Oh my God. I said, oh, so what? Through the enemy. Because I look at it from the soldier's point of view, and I understand. Because I'll tell you what, if I'm not in a field fighting and guys are shooting me to kill me on a Monday, and then on Friday I'm responsible for the same guy's well-being, I guarantee you being part of the Naked Pyramid is going to be least of his troubles that weekend. I promise you that. Just no respect, man. God, it gets on my nerves. And our military is doing a fantastic job. They've caught our terrorists. They're catching them. But I remember the first terrorist we caught after 9/11. It wasn't the military that got him. It was a bunch of guys on the plane. Remember our first terrorist caught after 9/11? Richard Reed, the shoe bomber. Remember this jackass? The shoe bomber. Idiot. This guy was a moron. He had one job to do. Shoe bomber's job was to get on the plane and light a shoe on fire. That was it. The dumbass couldn't even do that right. Now, I don't want him to blow the plane up, but what kind of dumbass can't light a shoe on fire on command? I've done that by accident, drunk at a bar before. It's not tough. And this guy was powerful. Didn't even know he had the power he's got. Because of Richard Reed, we all have to take our shoes off at the airport now when we get on a plane. Am I right? Yep. Because of one guy. Why couldn't he be the thong bomber, man? Why? Why? I'd be hanging out at airports every day for that, man. And I remember the big guy we got last year, Khalid Mohammed, the #3 ranking Al-Qaeda leader, busted his hairy ass. If you remember this picture in the paper, he wasn't a really hairy guy. He was wearing that tank top and he had the fur. If you're that hairy, God bless you. Wear some sleeves, man. I don't want to see that. All we're going to do with this Wookiee is we're going to throw him in prison for the rest of his life. Interrogate him every once in a while. That's too easy. I think we ought to make the punishment fit the crime. Make an example of one of these assholes. We could end terrorism. We ought to take Khalid Mohammed and have a big party, invite about 3,000 to 4,000 people. And have a lottery with 3,000 to 4,000 people that are there. And all the winners of the lottery get to come up on stage. They got him sitting on a stage so he can't move, tied down. You get to walk up on that stage and pluck out a handful of body hairs at a time. Until he's smooth all over. And then we make him sleep in Michael Jackson's bed for a couple months after that. That'll stop terrorism fast. Because you might be a Muslim on Monday, but you'll be Catholic by the weekend, I promise you that. That's what we're dealing with now, man. Terrorism's changed everything, man. I fly all the time. I hate flying in the summertime. Hate that. When I got my tan going, I look like a terrorist. People stare at me. And it makes me, I feel sorry for those guys, for the good Muslims that wear that thing on their head, that towel-looking thing on their head. Because there are a lot of good Muslims out there, and I feel bad for them. Because sits down next to you, he's got a towel on his head, we'll pucker up to a level 9, I promise you that. I promise you. Because I'm flying next week and I know I'll take it too far, man. I'm going to show up at the airport with a towel wrapped around my head and watch the fun begin. Get on the airplane, get up and go to the bathroom like 19, 20 times during the flight. Come out of the bathroom once, go boo! Just to watch a plane full of people in their pants at 30,000 feet. Because damn it, that's entertainment to me right there. What kills me, the ultra-liberals kill me. Be liberal, you're entitled to that, but I hate the ultra-liberals. They're the ones saying that we should be nicer to the terrorists we have in Cuba. We should be nicer to them because they're just lost and dysfunctional people. Half this country is lost and dysfunctional. We're not nicer to each other. Why be nice to a terrorist? Now look at this one, I'll prove it. How many people by applause come from a dysfunctional family? Where are you? Clap right there. 80% of you guys just clapped when I asked that question. Which tells me that 20% of you guys are sitting with family right now watching the show. You guys are smart, man. You guys have math jokes. You get them fast. Do the math. Good for you.
Hello, I'm Ken Ferrier from Port City Property. In today's market, there's a need for a different kind of real estate company. With the people losing their jobs in West Michigan and the need for savings of their equity, people need to look at alternative ways to sell their home and maybe stay involved themselves. I've been selling real estate for almost 17 years. The last 8 years I've been with Port City Property here and offering these alternative programs. Every year I do millions of dollars in sales, and yet I save people thousands of dollars in commission. So give me a call.
All right, we do have comedy here every Wednesday, every Friday, and every Saturday. And of course, on Wednesday nights, we usually have the karaoke, so stick around for that. And then every Friday and Saturday, we have different comedians also, and live band on both those nights.
Oh, man. My family's actually very normal. It's weird being a comic, not being from a dysfunctional family. My mom and dad have been together over 40 years. They're still married. They're cool people, man. It just amazes me that I come from a normal family and end up being a comic. But you can look at my mom and dad and you laugh. They do look funny as a couple. They do. I swear, if you saw them together, you'd giggle. Because my mom's like 5 foot tall. Boop, right there. My father's like 6'10", way the hell up here. Never understood the attraction between my mom and dad either. And then one day I got old enough to figure it all out. You don't want to think about your parents having sex for like 1 second. That's disgusting. It is. And I can take it a step further than that. This is a true story. Last summer of 2004, I caught my mom and dad having sex at their house in their pool. Yeah, I'm scared. I had to go to therapy over that one, man. I didn't need to catch them having sex either. I don't live at home or anything like that. It just kind of happened. I was coming home from a trip. I had to drive by their house to get home. Been on the road for a couple months. Thought I'd be a good son. Stop by and see my folks. Didn't call first. If I give you guys any advice, I'm going to give it to you right now. When you ever go visit your mom and dad, call them first, let them know you're coming. Because you have no idea what kind of parents truly get into. I found out the hard way. Get to my parents' house, nice Sunday afternoon, both cars in the driveway, very cool, their homes, I pull up, park. Get out of the car, walk up and knock on the door because they won't let me have a key anymore. No answer. I'm thinking, all right, their cars are there, maybe they went for a walk or something. So I'm going back to my car to go home. Before I got in the car, I hear noises coming from the backyard. Like sexual noises. Moaning and groaning. No way, man. There's no way my parents are back there shrogging. They're old. They're in their 60s. God, they've been married this long. They're not. There's no way, man. There's no way. There's a pool back there. Maybe they're swimming. Yeah, I was wrong. Because I walked in that backyard and holy shit. I walked back there and the first thing I saw was my tall father behind my short mom. Pulling her hair with one hand, smacking her ass with the other, talking porn all the way through. I don't know what freaked me out more about that. The fact that I saw my mom and dad doing that, or I realized that's the same thing I do in my pool with my wife, man. That was true story, man. Last summer, my best friend in the world came out of the closet. No idea this guy was gay. I've known him my whole life. He used to be married. He's got a couple kids. Last guy in the world you'd ever think was gay. And he tells me first of all, people, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I used to be the biggest homophobe in the world until I heard it. It's amazing how you react when you get thrown in the middle of it. I had no idea. Because he tells me first, I'm sitting at home watching a baseball game, phone rings, I pick it up. It's like, hey, what's up? And I said, oh shit, what's going on? He said, hey, what are you doing today? I said, I'm watching a movie. Why? He goes, well, I need to talk to you, man. I said, all right, well, we're on the phone, talk. He said, no. I need to talk to you in person. I need to look you in the eyes when I talk to you about this. I thought, oh, he must be serious. He wants to come over to my house. He wants to come over to look me in the eyes. He wants to smoke my weed or borrow money from me. It's got to be one or the other. I had a good week that week. I was like, come on over, dude. And I gave him credit, man. He came over. He didn't bull around about it. He came right out. We're sitting there. We crack open a couple of beers. He goes, Bob, I need to tell you something very serious. I said, what, man? What's up? He goes, no, you don't understand. It's really important I tell you this first. I'm a boy. I said, dude, you're making me nervous, man. Where are you going with this conversation? Did you kill someone? He said, no, nothing like that. And I said, well, damn, dude, spit it out. Get it over with. Just spit it out. And looking back on things, that probably wasn't the right thing to say to him. But I didn't know where he was going with the conversation at that point. I said, spit it out, dude. He goes, all right, Bob, I'm going to tell you this, man. I said, what? He goes, Bob, I'm gay. Holy shit. Like, gay happy? He said, no. I said, like, gay, two guys naked in bed gay? And he said, yeah. And I went, ugh. My first reaction was a question. I said, why? Why the hell are you gay? You were married. You got kids, man. Why are you gay? We chased women together. So I don't know, Bob. I just woke up one day and realized I was gay. It happens. Bull. It doesn't happen like that. That's a random gene right there, isn't it? I don't mind gay people anymore. I just don't want that gene coming to my house in the future. That scares the I love women to death. I don't want to wake up one day next summer craving the cock. That fears me, man. I fear that big time. Because there's no Hallmark card like that. How do you get around that? So we talked a little bit more. I thought it was easy with the subject. Because he asked me for advice, and that was weird. He said, Bob, you're pretty cool with this. I need some advice. I said, dude, I don't know what the hell I can help you with, but go ahead. He said, well, you know, you get up in front of people all the time. How do I come out of the closet? I said, how the f*** do I know? I don't put my shoes in the closet anymore, man. He goes, well, no, you talk to people on stage. I said, yeah, man, but I'm telling jokes. You gotta tell your family you're smoking pole. That's a whole other show right there. I thought about it for a little while. I was like, well, he wants to come out. He doesn't want to lie to his parents anymore, man. He wants to tell his family he's gay. That's cool. I said, look, man, you want to tell your people you're gay, use your head about it, man. Don't call them up one at a time and tell them you're gay. You're Catholic. You got a big family. It'll take you forever. I said, be smart. Wait till Christmas this year. They all get together at your parents' house. You just got to get up and say it once. If you haven't figured this out by now, I'm an asshole. When I showed up for Christmas at his house last year, I couldn't miss out on that shit. I'm a comedian. It's in the contract. Goddamn. I did. I showed up, man. Sat down right next to him. He's sweating bullets. I looked at him, I said, God damn, he's nervous, man. He goes, yeah, today's the day, coming out. I said, yeah, that's why I'm here. I said, how about a little heads up when you make the big announcement? He said, well, I thought about this all week, and figured the best time to tell everyone I'm gay, I'll have everyone's attention, is when my dad finishes saying the prayer. Holy shit, man. You gonna wait until your dad talks to God in front of your whole family and tell people you're gay? Fuck, you're gonna do it that way. I'm gonna go outside and smoke a joint, because I can't be sober for this shit. I went outside and smoked a joint, made a big mistake, smoked the whole joint. Let me tell you, good people of Muskegon, there is such a thing as being too high. I hit that plateau that evening. I got so damn high when I came back in the house, you could have blindfolded me with dental floss that day, man. Cool, I was just looking for pot smokers on that line. A lot of you guys laughed at it. All right. We need to talk tonight after the show. I came back in, man, and all I could do to not laugh. Because I'm stoned. Everything's funny to me at this point. And I come in and this whole family, there's like 40 people sitting around the table just talking, laughing, smiling. I have no clue what's about to happen. And I'm just trying not to laugh. So I'm looking at them going, oh, you guys keep having fun. You f***ers have no idea what's about to happen. But I want to ruin this moment, so I kept my mouth shut. And he did just like he said he was. His dad gets up, says a prayer, gets to amen. He jumps up and steals the show. He jumps up, looks at his family, goes, family, I love you all. I'm a homosexual. I'm passing mashed potatoes. And it got quiet, man. Everyone's eyes popped out of their heads, mouths hit the ground. And there's my stoned ass on the floor, crying like a little girl. Because I've never laughed so hard in my life, man. I think what amazed me the most was how fast that laughter stopped. Because that's when I got up and sat back down. That's when it dawned on me that I was his guest at the table that night. So I'm feeling the need to let everyone know what team I play. I'm going, hey, whoa, whoa, look at the wedding band, man. Come on now. I'll him on right in front of everybody if I have to. I like the Cougs, don't even think about that shit. But we're all cool about it now, man. That's what he is, you know. It's not, I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's his lifestyle, that's his choice. He'll have to answer for it later. It's not my problem. And I told him, man, I said, you do what you got to do. I actually did something this year. I'm very proud of it. I would have never done this in a million years. But I wanted to let him know I support him as a friend. I wouldn't just talk. So I actually showed up and hung out with him on his turf one night this year. Yeah, went to my first gay bar this year. I did. Little gay bar in Virginia Beach called Nutty Buddies. You guys laugh. I'm not making that. There's really a gay bar there called Nutty Buddies. And I had a good time. I'm not going to lie. Now, besides me, how many guys in this room have been to a gay bar before? Don't lie. I'm not going to make fun of you. I just admit it. Okay. All right, you're to a gay bar. You guys are straight, right? So you know who you are. You can have fun with anyone. You're just drinking. It's not like you're going there to film a movie or anything like that, right? You have fun. It's not going to go into a gay bar and get caught up in the atmosphere and change teams that night. I go, wow, I'm having so much fun. I'm not leaving here till I saw go, sir. That's not how it works, you know. I had a good time, man. I learned 2 valuable lessons hanging out at a gay bar, too. 2 lessons every man should have to learn. First lesson I learned is that when I go to a gay bar, I drink for free. That's the best one. Second lesson I learned what it was like to be hit on by a drunken, horny man. Ladies, allow me to apologize for every drinking, horny man in this room tonight. I'm sorry. I had no idea it was like that. I've never been on that side of the table before. I'm in the bar, I'm just trying to have fun. Guys are coming up to us left and right buying me drinks. I don't turn down free drinks. So I'm drunk. I have like 12, 13 drinks. I'm hammered. Then it got weird again, man, because that's when my friend's gay posse showed up, his gay friends. They all showed up, and they're happy to see me, like, oh, Bob, you're here. I said, why wouldn't I be here? They go, we don't get many breeders in here. Just call me then. He's like, breeder, now what you are? I said, no, my name's Bob, faggot. I called you by your name. Show me some respect. It's weird, man, because they wanted me to go dance with them. They're like, Bob, come dance with us. I said, those are solid gold dancers on that dance floor. I didn't bring my jacket. I'm going to sit back here and chill. You girls go have fun. So they went up and danced, left me alone. Big mistake there. Because ladies, I feel your pain now. Because ladies, they all get together and go out to that girls' night out. They'll get up and all go dance. But one of them has to stay back at the table on person control. Am I right, ladies? That lady becomes a target instantly. Yeah. See, the gay bar, only a little different. Because I'm sitting there by myself. All those guys leaving. I made eye contact with this guy on this side of the bar. I didn't mean to make eye contact with him, it just kind of happened. I'm looking around the bar going, this has got to be the cleanest bar I've ever seen in my life. This music sucks, but I can walk away. I look over here and he's sitting there. I look at him, he looks at me, and some magic happened I didn't realize happened. Some magic that Walt Disney couldn't create himself. Drunk as at this point, and I looked at him and I gave him like the one-handed wave. I didn't even tell I was drunk. I looked up at him and he looks at me and I just kind of did one of these. Didn't realize this was some kind of gay universal sign for come to your table. Because he got up and came to my table, came over, sashayed over to my table. Feet weren't even touching the ground. Looked like a flying nun was coming around the stage. This guy was like flamboyantly gay, right out of the closet, stereotypical dude. Came over, hey, how you doing sitting over there all by yourself looking all pretty like that, aren't you? Damn, look at you, and holy shit. You got the biggest feet I've ever seen in my life. And you know what big feet means, don't you? I said, yeah, it means I my wife from behind, that's what it means, pal, right? Don't get any ideas, pal. Yeah, man. People sometimes. He was cool. He's like, I understand. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Can I buy you a drink? Buy me a drink. That's cool. But look, just because you're buying me a drink doesn't mean I'm going home with your ass tonight. So you better learn that shit right now. I got to tell you, it felt really nice to be able to say that to someone else. been shot down with that line a few times myself. I can't lie. It's all about tolerance is my point, man. I realize hanging out with them, gay people are just people like we are. They just have sex and really but, you know, to each their own. Because I realize we keep hating gay people like we do. One day they're going to start hating us straight people, and it's going to suck. It's going to suck for us. Because you know damn well, in this state too, in Michigan, you get a lot of rights in this country. You know damn well, it's not too long before you see a gay hate group having a parade in Lansing, the capital, a big gay hate parade. The gay KK marching for their rights. The gay KK don't want to wear sheets either. The gay KK is fuchsia from head to toe. And they're not cheap sheets either. They're like 800 count sheets at that. If you lie about that, I didn't know what that meant before I heard it. Did a little story behind the joke. When I wrote the joke, I didn't have that line in it. I actually called my buddy up to let him know I was going to do this joke, make sure he was cool with it. I said, dude, look, I wrote a joke about the gay bar. I want to make sure you're cool with the whole thing. He's like, well, tell me. So I told him the joke, and he said, that's a funny bit. I like what you say behind it. It's a good joke. He said, just do me one favor when you tell the joke. And I said, sure, what? When you tell that joke, you talk about the gay KK sheets. Make sure you say they're 800 count sheets. And I said, why? What does it mean? He goes, don't worry about it. If you say that line that way, I promise you that women will laugh at that. And if a guy laughs at that joke, don't let him buy you a drink after the show. You learn some new every day.
If you're only going to be there for 2 years, then I would say no, because it's hard to recapture that kind of money in only 2 years. Hello, I'm Ken Ferrier from Port City Property Exchange. We started this company about 8 years ago to save people money on commissions in order to sell their home. Many people cannot afford to sell their home with a real estate agent with the commissions that were standard. With our company, people can start off with a commission rate of only 3% to sell their home. We have a variety of programs, including full service and seller assist programs. For 3%, we will actually take care of all of the advertising, promoting, negotiating, and organizing of the closing. The only difference is the seller shows their own home for 3% commission versus a high commission rate. So give us a call.
Thank you for joining us for Rossi's Comedy Showcase. Don't miss it every week on WMKG at 7:30 every Monday, or catch the comedians live at Rossi's every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting at 8:30 p.m. It's all at Rossi's, comedy at its best.
He's a regular on Baba Tom. He's from Cincinnati. Please welcome to the stage, Steve Caminiti.
Thanks a lot. Big hand right there. Big hand for all our veterans and military guys. And big hand for Tony in the back. Big hand for Tony back there, that sick bastard. Well, all right. Well, how you people doing? Woo, boy. Saturday night in Muskegon. Woo! To HBO, wham, straight to Muskegon, all right. Who knows what's next? Maybe Fruitport, all right. Like people are going, people are like, hey, don't be making fun of Fruitport. So this is nice. This is, I think, is my third or fourth time here. I come here every time. I get completely hammered. I love coming to Rossi's. And tonight I called ahead and I cleared it with Rossi. When we're done, right before the band, when I'm done, we're going to lock all the doors. We're going to bring in some midgets. We're going to bring in some trampolines. Yeah, we're going to hose everybody off. We're all going to strip naked, jump into a pile. It's wild in here. Yeah, naked midgets, hell yeah. I know, I'm not gay, but I paid $10 to see a naked midget. I'll be laughing my ass. I'll be like, woo, do a table dance, come on. All right, some of you people aren't picturing it. You're going to have to use your imagination when I'm up here, because you're sitting out there enjoying your show, and all of a sudden a midget comes, that's a midget. And then your friend will be like, and he's naked. You're like, that's a naked midget. Then when he whips his wiener out, even if it's like a 2.5 incher, it'll look huge because he's a midget. This midget had a big. See, now you're picturing it. Yeah. I like coming around here. I like the naked people. I like the strippers. Y'all like the strippers? Look how quiet I got one guy. You guys still got the skanky ones, man. I've been to both of them, man. I've been to Murphy's and the other one that they're naked, they're completely naked. But yeah. I got all I was walking in there like, ooh, that bitch is nasty. You guys got the skanky one. All right. Woo, here's $10. Leave that on. I swear to God, I saw a pregnant stripper over there. Hey, don't groan on me. I didn't. It's the same way when women and men watch strippers. Men and women watch strippers completely different. Like, here's a couple of guys watching strippers. Here's guys watching strippers. Them things are f***ing huge. And your friend's like, yeah, I know. And for like $1, you can get them on your head. And you're like, that is a deal. They should have that. Everything's a dollar store. It's always something like that. I just completely forgot what I was talking about. That tequila just kicked in. I got a lot of problems, man. I drink tequila, I smoke pot, and I got ADD. I know. Anybody with the ADD? Look, they already forgot the question. I have it bad, especially if I get high. I have no idea what I'm doing anytime, any day, anywhere. Here's a great ADD joke. You know when people with ADD takes a screw in a light bulb? Look, a boat. Some of you are going, what? What's he talking about? Does anybody really have it? Does anybody get high and have the ADD? That's horrible. Especially if you accidentally get high during the day. You should see me just trying to leave my house, all right? All right, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm just trying to try to find my keys. All right. I got to go find my keys. I know they're here because I drove here. So you're looking around your place. You're wandering around aimlessly. You're like in you're in your, like, you know, your kitchen. You're like, where are my keys? You're like, you know, you go in your bedroom. I find them. You're like, oh, I'm in the bedroom. Might as well walk back in your living room. And you're like, oh, I love this movie. Watch the whole movie. I have not seen this movie. My favorite. Seriously forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, I'm from Cincinnati, but the last couple of years I've been living down in Houston, Texas. Anybody been down to Houston? 2 people. All right. I had to move out of Houston, not because I wanted to, because I had to, because I had a LSE, PBFH. Anybody have one of those? LSE, PBFH? Low self-esteem, psycho bitch from hell, I burned all. Look at the women clapping. You probably deserved it up there talking about. You are a pervert. Psycho bitches, you out there? Be proud, psycho bitches. Come on, ladies. Look how quiet I got. Now, who remembers the 90s? Like 3 people. You're looking up, you're going, you're a Muskegon, the 90s ain't hit here yet. I've been around here a lot, I know. It was 1996, that's where the psycho bitches came out of the woodwork. And I'll tell you what happened that year. That was this year this woman named Alanis Morissette came out. You know who she is? Yeah, women love her because her very first song was a song about getting dumped. You remember the song? The song was called You Ought to Know. Everybody remembers the song because they played it 8 kajillion billion times and you got sick of it. But in the song, after she gets dumped, this woman sings, will she go down on you in a theater? She gets dumped and she sings that in her lyrics. Will she go down on you in a theater? Now I hear this on the radio, I'm thinking, will she go down on you in a theater? There's no way I would have dumped her. I'm like, that to me is a good quality. I'm like, I want to go see The Lion King again. Hakuna Matata, woohoo! I got a good idea. Toy Story just came out. I got a Buzz and a Woody. Now this guy, he got that one right there. Buzz and Woody. Slicker Woody. Anyway, I'm living down there with the psycho bitch, and she wanted to get married. I told her I couldn't marry her because I'm Italian. Any Italians in here? No, all right. All on the witness protection program. Like to see that. In the South, we're not Italian. Know we are in the South? Italian. That's how people say in the South. They say it. Some people around Michigan too. Are you Italian? Oh, but ding dong, you do look Italian. Can you talk Italian? I love when them people talk Italian. Say something in Italian. I'm like, look, lady, I don't know any Italian. Come on, say something in Italian. I'm like, all right, get in the trunk. I know one Italian joke. You want to hear it? Yeah. You know why Italians don't like Jehovah's Witnesses? Hey, Italians don't like no witnesses. Drum roll. No Italians in here? No Italians? Jehovah's Witnesses here, is that what it is? Do they have them in Muskegon? Do they have them around here? are everywhere, every state. And I hate them. I hate them bastards. I don't care. They do suck. I'm with you. Bastards. They early. And I drink a lot, and I work at night. And when they come at like 7:30 in the morning, you know, you're sleeping, all of a sudden you hear your doorbell, you're thinking it's some kind of emergency, so you jump up and you run out to the door, then you see him through the door, you're like, oh, it's the Jehovah's Witnesses. But then you don't want them to see us, so you're like moving real slow, and you're like ducking down in your own house, and you're like trying to get back to your room, you're like crawling back, you're like, yeah, I do it, I don't care, I hide from them. And they're persistent, they don't go away, they're looking in the door, they're like, I can see you in there. And I'm like, it's the cat, it's the cat.
All right, we do have comedy here every Wednesday, every Friday, and every Saturday. And of course, on Wednesday nights, we usually have the karaoke, so stick around for that. And then every Friday and Saturday, we have different comedians on.
It's nice to be here. My name is Laura Lou. It's great to be here in Muskegon. Woo! Me and one Muskegon enthusiast over there. Woo! Should I know anything? If anybody's celebrating anything tonight I should know about offhand? Anybody celebrating a birthday, anniversary, parole, period, something? You guys hunt up here too. You got to. I like going hunting though because I go with my dad, and my dad thinks it's great that I go or whatever. But I don't go to hunt with. I call it like sharing like quality time with my dad. But it really is just drinking like a gallon of Jack Daniels and then sitting somewhere alone in the woods. Is that hunting here too? I think it's the same everywhere in Michigan. My dad's like, he goes, if you shoot something, fire your gun again, so I know if I know to come help you. And I go, if you hear my gun go off, that means I've had an accident. I'm going to be passed out down here by the pond, so if I accidentally trigger something, make sure you check on me. I like the hunting. It's fun. This is important about me, too. 10 years sober right here, 10 years sober. And then I turned 11 and said, "F the hell am I waiting for?" There is a lot in my life I don't want to remember, I'll tell you that. My friends say this, though. My friends try to get all philosophical when they're drunk. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Laura, man, dude, how you act when you're drunk, when you're wasted, how you act, that's the real you deep down. The real you comes out when you're up, man. Has anyone else heard this? Does this not scare the shit out of pretty much everyone in the room, I'd say? I say things that even I don't understand when I'm drunk. Does that mean deep down I'm, I don't know, retarded? Or Spanish? I don't know. I can never understand the Spanish. And I hate drinking alone. That's why I got pregnant. Because it's a family tradition. Woo! Sorry, I'm on like 80 Red Bulls right now. I feel like I'm having a cocaine breakdown or something up here. That's great. You guys drink the Jaeger bombs up here? Oh, yeah, we do. This table's going to be blacked out naked and fighting each other later. That's good. Let's team up Jägermeister with cocaine. That's what you're doing. Just make sure you have a video camera because you're not going to remember what happens tonight. You're going to be like, did I piss me or did she piss me? I don't know what happened. Okay, maybe you guys don't party that hard up here. I'm sorry. I'm wrong meeting. I smoke the pot too. I smoke the reefer, as my mom calls it. Where's my pot? I'm sorry, where are the cops here tonight? Cops, make some noise. This one up. Where are the cops here? Yeah. That's unfortunate because I want my pot back, please. You got it on the way here. I know you have it because you took every pound of it. I love smoking pot, though, because I don't see anything wrong with it, you know? I just don't. What's the worst thing? They know your name at Taco Bell? I can live with that. It's not something that's kind of view on life. But I'd come home when I was in high school and college, and my mom would say things like this to me. She'd be like, oh, my God, Laura, what's going on? Why do you have to smoke pot? What's going on? Why can't you just drink? And I'm like, what? Pot and alcohol are two different animals for me. Two different animals, two different things for me. Like, who here has had a crazy night smoking pot? Pretty much no one. I mean, was it paired with drinking? I'm saying the most violent thing that I'm doing when I'm stoned is I'm pretty much laughing myself to you know, cartoons, and I'm passing out, waking up at 4 in the afternoon, and I'm fine with that. I'd come home though when I was like high in high school, you know, or you know, I'd come home when I was in high school. My mom would get me at the door. Clap if that's ever happened to you when you were growing up, huh? That's something fun, something you'll never forget. You thought you were tricky. You thought you were going to be all sneaky. You do the same drill, either, you know, when you're a kid coming home to your parents or if you're coming home to a spouse. You get out of the car real quiet, shut the door with your hip, real gentle. You get out of your car, you're walking up to the house, going up to the door. Yeah, you unlock the door, get in there, all the lights are off, you feel good, the dog's in. Shut the door, lock it, and as soon as you're like, ah, boom, all the come on, and there's your mom, standing right there in your face, staring you down. And my mom's saying things like this to me. What the hell's wrong with you? Your eyes look funny, and you smell like your father. Are you on drugs? Are you taking the weed? Are you on that reefer? And me, queen of the comebacks, this was my response. Mom, who still says reefer? What do you think it is? Women can vote now, Mom. It's awesome. I don't know. She'd be so mad at me though. And I'd come home and I'd be drunk. She'd be like, Laura, you know, why? You know, that's fine. Drinking is great. And I'm like, well, I have a problem with it because I'm way crazier when I drink. You guys, yeah, we're a little bit crazier when we drink. We don't know what we're doing half the time. We don't care. And I was like, well, she's like, well, give me some examples why it's so different, you know, than pot. You know, why is alcohol different? So, you know. And I was like, well, okay. Pot, as opposed to alcohol, has never made me pee on my neighbor's dog because I thought it was funny. It was a 4th of July party, you guys. That wasn't even funny. There was like kids and balloons everywhere. It's never made me try my car key in the front door for an hour before I realize it's open. Yeah, it's a screen door. There's not a lock on it. That's my kind of drunk night out. It's never caused the morning after pill. You go, pot, go. Rock on. I'm always happy when the ladies laugh at that because I know I'm not the only whore in the room, so thanks for coming out, ladies. Be proud. Be proud. I like that. I think it's so funny because my grandma was like, Laura, you don't know how good you got it. Back in my day, we didn't have birth control. We just loved sex. And I'm like, Grandma, shut up. Ugh. She's like, no, you don't understand that commitment, that love for sex that we had. You don't understand. I'm like, what are you talking about, Grandma? And she's like, well, we had to risk getting pregnant. And if we did, we were going down a flight of stairs. How do you feel about that? Do you love sex that much? I'm like, no, I'm taking the pill. There's no reason I'm going to break my neck just because I don't want to have a little spawn. Scented pads, let's talk about them for a minute. Scented pads, I just don't understand why they exist. Why are they scented? Who's admiring the scent of your pad? Who? Why? What? And ladies, am I right? They don't fool the dog, do they? So, why don't they make an anti-Rottweiler scented pad? That would be... How many times have you been at your buddy's house and like you're over there and like the dog's mean, normally tears up everything, and you're sitting in the corner like this? I'm just really good with animals. It's good. I thought dogs like things like, I don't know, like eating garbage or like people food. No, my dog, Spring Meadows. My dog's a big fan of the summer breeze. This is my imaginary dog right here. Hi, puppy. It's my dog. I call my dog Poopy Face. But I have a dog, and I was trying to think of a good name for her. And I was like, well, she's fat, she's white, and she only humps women. I think Rosie will have to do. I think God does. Everyone should have their own relationship with God, I think. And I do. Like, I know when God's trying to send me messages and stuff. Like, God was trying to tell me to get a job in one message by breaking my vibrator. He was like, Laura, you got to get out of the house, honey. This is just wrong. Yep. My mom thinks I'm gay. This is exciting news. Exciting news. Doesn't say it to me. Doesn't say it to me. Says it to well, pretty much the rest of my entire family, and they're having dinner, and I was working somewhere great, like, I don't know, here or something. I don't know where I was. And she says to my sister, she looks over and she goes, you know, Laura hasn't brought a guy home in a couple years. She plays the guitar. She does stand-up comedy. And they were like, yeah. And she was like, well, do you guys think she could be gay? My sister's like, I don't think you have to worry about Laura's sexuality, Mom. She's like, well, why not? Because she's a whore. You know what the best part about that is? My mom goes, thank God. Oh. Who's poor here? Let me hear some poor people out there. Yeah, Christmas is coming up. That's a fucking blast for us, huh? Returning bottles at Save-A-Lot so you can buy your family some nice detergent. That's where I'm at, man. I'm so poor right now. So poor. And it's so funny because like you can go like all day like without eating or something and then you'll fart and it smells good. Just me? Okay. I'm just, not me. I was just kidding. I was just throwing it out there, just testing the waters on that one. Well, that's just sick. Girls fart. Obviously, he had to fart. What's his name? The guy that just left. Where's he go? What's his name? Can they hear in the bathroom in here? Yeah. Mark. Mark, if someone's in there, you're going to have to wash your hands. Pinch it off, brother. I know you don't want to wash your hands. This is just sick. She made a poopy noise. Are you guys having a good time so far? You guys having a good time? That's fun. That's good. I was just curious. You know what's really exciting for me? I'm from Detroit, okay? I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and it's so funny but it's so funny, like I get this when I travel around, they're like, oh my God, Laura, you're from Detroit. Wow. You from a nice area of Detroit? And I'm like, that's so cute, don't you get the news? Yeah, Detroit's beautiful this time of year. Get to drive real slow in the nice snow, and people can jump right in your car and kill you. It's good. But I like this, though. I don't want to bash where I'm from, Detroit, because I love it. But, you know, I moved out of there. I moved out. I had to. It was weird. I had to go make new friends and stuff. Hi, Mark. You back? How's your ass feel? Can we get him a moist towelette for his little beanhole here? Did you wash your hands? No, you just splashed water on him. Yeah, I know what you did in there. No one else was in there. He's like, splash. This is good. All I'm saying is if I didn't have the money, I'd move back there. This is exciting though, because I moved from Detroit, a very, very cultural, multi-ethnic city. You guys may have seen this somewhere on like Discovery Channel or something, but I'll try and talk to you about it. It's very white here, and that's all white. I love that. I took my mom to the doctor. She had something stuck in the cornea of her eye. Turns out it's a fork. I'm not allowed to drink next Christmas. Where? Whatever, what a baby. My dad was one of these dads that liked to take us to the haunted houses, scare the living out of us. He'd take me in there, I was like 5 years old, take me in there by my little hand, lead me into the middle of the haunted house, you know, where I couldn't find my way out or in or whatever. He'd let go of me, act like something was viciously attacking him, and start screaming, Laura, run, it's got my leg! And I'd be like, Dad, no! Because that's hysterical, isn't that funny? Isn't that? Well, I got him back when he got his leg stuck in the wood chipper. I was like, I'm not falling for that one again, Dad. Sorry. It's got my leg. Yeah, right. I like to do this to my mom, too. This is my big favorite thing to do. Hey, Mom, you remember the time you grounded me for an entire year for smoking a cigarette? You do, huh? How about the time you traded my family vacation, or you traded my spring break with a family vacation to the Uper tourist trap? Remember that? What's that? Oh, it must be hard for you to answer with me holding onto your oxygen tube. Oh. You guys, that's like 8 hours of fun for me right there. That's a case of Bud Light and a good damn time. Oh, just poor girl. I'm gonna get the show moving along here. I want to tell you guys this before I go. I hate to get kind of on a serious note here, and but I'm just gonna say this, and you guys just think this over. If you want, I got some stickers after the show. They're $2, and that's my only PSA I'll do. But here's the one that really means a lot. Okay, when you guys are leaving here tonight, never give a job to an officer to get out of a ticket. It is only going to get you pulled over at every intersection. You guys, I was like an hour late and like half a pound heavier when I got here. That's some